At Charity Water, we think the elements of a memorable video campaign are producing something that will inspire people, something that will connect with people on an emotional level, that will inspire them to want to share it or take a deeper action. We use video as a core part of so many of our strategies, and part of the reason we do is that you can go so much deeper and form a real connection through a lengthy video. It's really hard for me to imagine that you can get inspired really quickly by a banner ad or a photo or even reading an article like you can by going through the depth of a video with the music, with beautiful images. So for us, it always comes down to inspiration. So there's many things you can measure with a video. One of the interesting things around our approach at Charity Water is because we focus so much on inspiration, the key thing we focus on is something we can never measure. We can't know if people have been inspired. So firstly, we really take a gut check internally. Does our team love it? We talk to a lot of core donors, core supporters. Do they love it? Do they feel inspired? Do they feel like it's a memorable piece of contact? That's actually the first thing we do. After that, I have a geeky team that does all sorts of measurements. Of course, we're measuring everything from views to length of people watching the video to the number of shares and benchmarking that against our typical performance. But more importantly, we're looking at how we're creating deeper conversions. For us, video is intertwined in our campaigns. It doesn't stand alone. So we can't really separate it from a $4 million fundraising effort, but we can know if it's doing the right thing. We're going to fill the funnel with inspired people who are going to do amazing things. We've now got a data scientist, so in 12 months I might have a much better answer. But for right now, it's a lot of gut. It's looking at the metrics that we all do right in front of us, but it's also embedding video right in our strategy so that we can rigorously measure all sorts of web metrics and financial performance. I think a lesser known nonprofit or even a smaller brand could get started with word of mouth marketing by focusing on telling inspiring stories. You're never going to do something wrong if you try to inspire your customers, if you try to educate your customers, if you try to make your customers feel good, and customers and donors are two words that are interchangeable. With a small team, you can produce some really cool content very easily. And when I started at Charity Water, we produced some great stuff, but we had a team of 3 creatives. We're a much bigger operations now, but right at the start, the outset of Charity Water was 1 or 2 people with some good equipment, really focusing on producing great content. When I think about content and what it requires, it really needs to be very, very important to you. You've got to care. You need to find great people, find a great creative or 2, and then give them the freedom to do great work. Too few brands want to do those 3 things. I think what's unique about Charity Water's approach to social media is that we rigorously focus on the users and their experience. We don't ask for money in our social media. You can follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook or Instagram, get on our email list. You'll very rarely be asked for money, despite the fact that we are a charity and we want you to donate. However, we're always focused on putting stuff out there that's going to make our supporters feel great, that's going to make them feel something, inspired, educated, connected. So we're sharing a lot of beautiful photos. We're giving people opportunities to have a change of heart and come to us and connect on a much deeper level. So at the core of it, it's all about relationships. And we know that we can't form a relationship with people if we just regularly keep asking them to do things for us. We're always thinking about what we can give through our social channels, through our email, through our content, in the hope that inspired people will come and help us do more.